The course theme is 19th century Latin literature, and I am going to focus on Cuban society at that time, especially Jose Marti's poem, Two Homelands. Two Homelands aims to express Jose Marti's anger towards Spanish crown and his hope towards Cuban society. This presentation aims to convey messages to people that are interested in history of Cuba and interested in poems. Hope you can like it. First of all, we need to get familiar with Jose Marti. Who is him? Jose Marti is a Cuban patriot, freedom fighter, and poet. And he is a really great person, not only because of his poems, but also the contributions he made to the Cuban society and the Latin literature. He never lived to see Cuba become free, but he is considered as the Cuban national hero. Jose Marti was born in Havana to Spanish parents. When he was still a teenager, he was already talented in painting and writing. However, writing makes serious trouble to Jose Marti. He was sentenced to the jail, specifically the 10 Years' War, an attempt by Cuban landowners to gain independence from Spain and free Cuban slaves, was being fought at that time. And young Jose wrote passionately in support of the rebels. He was convicted of treason and sedition and sentenced to 6 years labor. He was only 16 when he was in jail, and the chains in which he was held would scar his legs for the rest of his life. During the 19th century, Cuba was not an independent country because of Spanish crown and colonialism. Colonialism greatly impacted how Cubans were living at that period of time. Cuban people could not speak its own language. Governors are foreigners, and people are not considered as their own country citizens, basically. In February 1895, Cuba struggled for independence from Spain. Cuba itself becoming an independent country was a hard process. Spanish crown's country over Cuba also affected America. It became problematic for United States investment in the island, nearly ending U.S. trade with Cuban ports. Therefore, Spanish-American War started. United States won the war and Cuba finally became free. It is understandable that Jose Marti was passionate about being against Spain's crown and encouraged to fight for a free Cuba. Cuba was not free during the 19th century, so colonialism greatly impacted the writing styles of Cuban poets at that time. For example, in Two Homelands, Jose Marti uses metaphors a lot to express his emotions. For example, sun is the crown of Spain, widow is Cuba, bleeding carnation is Cuban society poor condition at that time. Jose Marti's writing style is a mixture of depression, passion, hopefulness, and hopelessness, because he is depressed about colonialism, passionate about being against Spanish crown, hopeful about being independent someday, and also hopeless about some cowards in Cuba. Thank you.